see with Usman, you see with Gilbert. Tough test. I put a lot of rounds in with DDP, and he don't go away. So unless he gets to him early,
including myself, that everybody has said is Chimaev seems to fade in the later rounds. What if he doesn't fade in these rounds? What if he's strong for all 5 rounds? Then what? Then what is DDP going to do? What is he going to do then? He's going to have to, what, outstrike him?
The first round, of course, if Khamzat wins, and if it ends before 2 rounds, it's Khamzat all day. I would extend that after seeing this to even the first 3 rounds. 4 and 5 is what I want to see. I want to see Khamzat in the 4th and 5th. And if Khamzat's lighting his ass up, because DDP is going to be tough to finish. So if Khamzat's in the 4th and 5th finish him, then you got one. We got a real one.
I don't know what the fudge Dean Thomas is talking about, but I think he's way off on this one. I think it'll be one of the biggest things for the UFC. If Chimaev wins the belt, I think it'll be probably one of the biggest stars.
But he never stopped. It never slowed him down. And that's the same thing with Chimaev. I don't think that it's fair to question his condition. I think he's got a bunch of energy and he uses it all.
I'm the best. Dricus du Plessis didn't hold back as he sent a bold warning to Khamzat Chimaev ahead of their UFC 319 clash.
So for me, yes, this is the best fighter that the best opponent I've ever come up against, but once again, I will show my improvements and why I am the champion.
Du Plessis recently appeared on Fox 32 Chicago and spoke about what makes this fight different from any he's had before. He made it clear that he respects Chimaev's skills and acknowledges that he's probably the toughest opponent he's ever faced. But he also pointed out that this isn't just a wrestling match, it's a mixed martial arts fight, and that's where Du Plessis believes he shines the most. According to him, he might not be the top wrestler or the best striker in the world, but when it all comes together, wrestling, striking, cardio, toughness, he becomes the best version of a true MMA fighter.
Well, I mean, yet to lose means that I have to lose some time, and I don't need that. I have 2 losses in my career. I know how it feels, and I'm completely fine if I never feel it again. But I'm the underdog. I've been the underdog most of my career, but yet I am the champion. So, you know, odds don't make fights.
He stressed that he's not walking into the cage to compete for a wrestling trophy. He's fighting for the UFC title, and that makes all the difference. In his eyes, it's not about who's got the flashiest skill in one area, but who can put it all together when it matters. That's what makes him confident, and he sees this as just another step forward, another challenge in a line of dangerous opponents that champions always have to face.
And for me, I 100% believe this is the best opponent that I've faced to date, but so was the previous one. You know, every time that you step in there, you are going to face the next most dangerous guy, especially as a champion. So for me, yes, this is the best fighter that the best opponent I've ever come up against, but once again, I will show my improvements and why I am the champion.
While many see Chimaev as an unstoppable force, Du Plessis believes he's got what it takes to not only beat him, but also prove that being the best in MMA goes far beyond just being a good wrestler. At the same time, Luke Rockhold reviewing this fight has offered his unique intake, revealing some weaknesses for Khamzat Chimaev in his fight against Dricus.
We'll see how it plays out. And I think Khamzat is very good at wrestling. He's very good on the ground. He's very good at pressure. The longevity of the fight, it hasn't been his best approach. So you see with Usman, you see with Gilbert. Tough test. I put a lot of rounds in with DDP, and he don't go away. So unless he gets to him early, it's gonna be tough late.
So if he doesn't put him away early, it's a DDP type of fight.
I think that's the way DDP goes. You know, he manages to get through, weathers the storms, and he keeps going. That's what champions do, and that's why DDP's on top.
The conversation around Chimaev's cardio has also become a hot topic as UFC 319 approaches. Many fans and analysts have wondered if Chimaev has the gas tank to go 5 hard rounds, especially against someone as gritty and unorthodox as Du Plessis. On the Javier and Mo show, Mo Aziz raised the question directly: how do we know if Chimaev can even last 5 full rounds?
Chimaev.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also like who Chimaev is training with, you know, and him and Arman Sarukin. I watched them. They were training in their cardio with some an expert type guy.
Okay.
And the one flaw, including myself, that everybody has said is Chimaev seems to fade in the later rounds. What if he doesn't fade in these rounds? What if he's strong for all 5 rounds? Then what? Then what is DDP going to do? What is he going to do then? He's going to have to, what, outstrike him?
But how do you know his cardio is now? This 5 rounds cardio. We don't know.
I'm assuming it's gonna be.
Javier Mendez, a well-known coach and Chimaev supporter, responded by saying he assumes Chimaev's cardio is strong. He mentioned he's seen Chimaev train, and others in the camp like Ilir Latifi seem to have full belief in him as well. Though Mendez admits he hasn't personally asked about the specifics of the training camp, he feels confident that Chimaev is the rightful next king of the division. That being said, even Mendez admits to liking Du Plessis and giving him credit for being a worthy champion.
I'm assuming, okay? I'm assuming it's gonna be. I don't know.
Did you say you heard something? Or I misheard you?
No, not as far as I know, he's healthy. You know,
No, like you heard something from someone that he's like his cardio is not
I've seen it. I've seen him training. He's training, and also Ilir Latifi is a good
Yeah.
brother of mine. He's with the training camp, and I haven't talked to him about training camp though, so he hasn't said nothing to me regarding how the training camp's going. I haven't even asked him. I just seen a thing out there with Armin Sarukian and Chimaev, and I like Chimaev. I like everything about him.
Yeah,
So,
everybody likes Chimaev.
I like Chimaev, but I like DDP too. But I just think that Chimaev is the heir to that throne. And
There's also been a lot of speculation about what happens after this fight. Former UFC heavyweight Brendan Schaub offered his thoughts on the Jackson podcast and stirred up fans with his big claim. Schaub believes that whoever wins at UFC 319, whether it's Du Plessis or Chimaev, could be on the road to chasing 3 belts in 3 different divisions. According to him, Du Plessis has the size and physicality to make the move to light heavyweight easily and maybe even make a jump to heavyweight in the future. He called Du Plessis a big boy and believes his natural frame would allow him to go far beyond just the middleweight division if he continues to win.
DDP's my size. I don't know if you know.
No
this.
way.
You seen the picture of him and Bisping? Bisping's a big dude. DDP dwarfs big. DDP walks around about 240. I'm 240 right now.
At what weight class he fight?
Light heavy. DDP's huge. So he's durable and unorthodox. So the odds makers are going to say, the first round, of course, if Khamzat wins, and if it ends before 2 rounds, it's Khamzat all day. I would extend that after seeing this to even the first 3 rounds. 4 and 5 is what I want to see. I want to see Khamzat in the 4th and 5th. And if Khamzat's lighting his ass up, because DDP is going to be tough to finish. So if Khamzat's in the 4th and 5th finish him, then you got one. We got a real one.
Du Plessis, for his part, explained why his fighting style could give Chimaev more trouble than anyone expects. He described his approach as controversial, meaning that it's unusual, awkward, and hard to prepare for. Most fighters don't know what to do with it, and that's exactly the way he likes it. He said it's nearly impossible to find a training partner who can copy what he brings into the cage. That uniqueness, he believes, is a big part of why he's already the champion and why he's been able to beat so many dangerous opponents in the past.
Yeah, I think, with my style, that is a very, like I say, it's a very controversial style in the UFC. Unlike anything that most people have ever seen, it's only a benefit because it's proven to be effective. But then again, how do you prepare for that? How do you find somebody to mimic that? And that's at the end of the day almost my niche. It's hard, close to impossible to prepare for me because I have this unique style that where do you find somebody to mimic it?
Meanwhile, amid the ongoing debates on Khamzat Chimaev fighting style, Belal Muhammad, a top UFC welterweight and former title challenger, came to Chimaev's defense when it came to the cardio criticism. He called out MMA coach Din Thomas for downplaying Chimaev's chances and suggested that if Chimaev wins, it could be a massive moment for the UFC. Muhammad argued that Chimaev has the kind of presence and invincible aura that can turn him into a worldwide superstar if he gets the belt. In his view, people want to see greatness, and Chimaev has the personality and mystique to deliver that.
I don't know what the fudge Dean Thomas is talking about, but I think he's way off on this one. I think it'll be one of the biggest things for the UFC. If Chimaev wins the belt, I think it'll be probably one of the biggest superstar right now the UFC has. He's already a star. He already has that invincible aura about him.
Chael Sonnen, a UFC Hall of Famer, also addressed the concerns about Chimaev's conditioning. He compared the criticism to what Fedor Emelianenko once faced, a legend who often looked tired but never stopped moving forward and kept dominating. Sonnen doesn't think it's fair to say Chimaev's cardio is weak. In fact, he believes Chimaev simply uses a lot of energy because of his aggressive style, and that's what people are misreading. Whether it lasts for 5 rounds or not is something only Fight Night can truly answer.
I gotta throw myself in. I'm a Calvita.
Beautiful. So give us the insight. How much more prepared is this going to make this man spending 6 weeks there leading into the fight?
Well, training at the training lab has never hurt anybody. I think we can agree to that. Now, is there any level of fitness that right? I mean, it's one of those things where I think Chimaev was, I think he was in very good shape. Here's the other side of that coin, and I'm a big Calvita guy. I just got off the phone with him. I mean, this guy's master, and not to mention everybody respects him. This is a good man. He's a father of 11. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, it's great.
He's a wonderful man.
From Chimaev's side, his teammate Arman Sarukian also believes cardio won't be an issue. He said Chimaev has made huge improvements in this camp, especially with the help of strength and conditioning coach Sam Calavita. According to Sarukian, Chimaev's recovery and endurance have both gone up significantly. He's been working hard on his body and pushing himself in every area: wrestling, striking, and fitness. He's confident that the Chechen will be ready to go all 5 rounds if needed.
Сейчас над ним поработали, да?
Да, сейчас он его проверяет каждый день, его восстановление, он встает, и есть монитор, где показывает его восстановление каждое утро, и если он находится в яме, то
из ямы вытаскивают,
дают больше отдохнуть, и чтобы он был свеж и мог выполнить. Потому что ты, если придешь перетренированный на спарринг, ты не сможешь отработать. И из-за этого вот этого парня нужен человек, который будет 24/7 контролировать его и останавливать, чтобы он не перетренировался. Очень работоспособный парень.
Not everyone is fully sold on Chimaev, though. Anthony Hernandez, a rising middleweight contender, said he still isn't convinced Chimaev is the monster many claim him to be. Hernandez pointed out that when Chimaev fought Kamaru Usman, who took the fight on short notice, it wasn't as one-sided as people expected. He believes Du Plessis has the toughness and size to really test Chimaev in a way he hasn't been tested before. He sees Du Plessis as awkward, durable, and exactly the type of guy who could break through the hype.
I think DDP is going to shock the world again. He's a big, tough, awkward, you know what I mean? And then I'm still not really sold on Khamzat. I understand he's good and he's dangerous, yada, yada. But, man, he's kind of, like, fought all small guys that have come up. And, like, who was it? Usman gave him a run for his money off the couch. So how does he do with somebody that's like a real 85er? You know what I mean?
Sean Strickland, never one to hold back, also gave his opinion. He said that if Du Plessis can stop the takedowns and keep the fight standing, he wins, hands down. Strickland made it clear that while Chimaev is a beast on the ground, he's not unbeatable. He's trained with similar fighters for years and thinks Du Plessis might have what it takes to not only stop Chimaev's wrestling, but turn the fight in his favor. It's all going to come down to whether Du Plessis can stop that first and second takedown. If he can, Strickland sees him walking away with the win.
So those little Chechen, I don't want to say Chechen, he's not Chechen, he's Swedish, but those little Chechen whore, like, dude, they can grapple. And like someone like me who I've been training with years, I usually could counter wrestle and grapple them. So I just don't know if Dricus can be able to counter wrestle him.
Yeah.
But if he can, I think he wins all hands down, you know. I mean, I sparred the Chechen whore, like hands down, I think Dricus wins. But it's just gonna come down to like, are you gonna be able to like stop that counter, are you gonna be able to counter wrestle? And like you can, it's not hard. You just gotta like, it's not hard.
At the end of the day, UFC 319 has become one of the most talked about fights of the year, and both fighters are carrying huge expectations into the octagon. For Chimaev, it's a chance to finally claim UFC gold and possibly kick off a legacy of dominance. For Du Plessis, it's another opportunity to show the world that doubting him has always been a mistake, and that being awkward might just be his biggest strength.
My prisoner of the moment, I feel like DDP Khamzat is one of the greatest middleweight competitions to ever happen in the UFC. You got Khamzat undefeated, boogeyman, DDP already a middleweight great in a prime of his career. I have no clue how this is going to fold out. No clue. No clue. Gun to the head, DDP is so good, so durable, so big, and just finds a way to win. He's just an absolute winner. He's one of my faves. And he's so unorthodox. And you have Khamzat, this boogeyman. Obviously, cardio was an issue for him back in the day. I'm here to tell you now, I've personally with these peepers have seen the man train.
No matter which way it goes, the stakes couldn't be higher. One man will leave with the middleweight title, but both could be looking at much bigger fights in the near future. Whether it's light heavyweight, heavyweight, or even a legendary 3-division run, UFC 319 could be the beginning of something historic. If you're as hyped as we are for this showdown, don't forget to like, comment, and share this with your fellow fight fans. Drop your predictions below. Who walks out of UFC 319 with the gold? And make sure to subscribe to Ring Rivalry for more fight breakdowns, hot takes, and all things MMA, because the rivalry never ends.